time to get it going. Golden Eagles will boot it away to start the game. On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Offense set on first down. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. That's caught. It's Harris. And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
Here comes the offense on second down. From the gun to give, looking for room. Rumbles ahead for a pickup of 5 to the 29.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these third downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on second down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up third and long, and now you're set up to fail.
They'll try to run for it. Finally pulled down, but not before moving the chains for a first down.
It's a really good sign if you're on offense here. You're putting it on your offensive line on third down. Critical down and distance, opening drive of the game. Let those guys fire off, get a hat on a hat. You can run the ball, pick up the first. You're around midfield. And all things looking pretty good here early for this offense.
Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. And he makes the catch inside the 25. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Pirates. You want to talk about a great way to start the game and set the tone early.
It's so nice to have a quarterback just get himself into the game, get himself established. You make a couple throws, you lead your offense down the field, you score right off the bat. Could not have been a better start for that QB.
He'll bring it out. It's Clark. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Offense getting set for first down. From the gun. Give on the inside. Gets it out to the 20 after a pickup of 4.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Dropping back, it's Rodemaker. The throw to the outside is complete. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
I like this tight end. He does a really nice job on his route running. He's beating man coverage. He can find the soft spots and zones. You got to get him involved.
He'll come out throwing on first down. Fires left. It's caught downfield. And the explosive play, and they're on the move all the way to the 44.
And a great job by the QB finding the running back, get him the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
They'll run it. Makes a man miss. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain.
You know, I think a big part of this isn't necessarily scoring a touchdown on that play, but you're just trying to get your offensive line in the rhythm of the game. Let those big fellas get lathered up.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. On the run, it's Clark. Crosses the 30, he's got to lay it. And he'll pick up the first down after a tough run there.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding through. How about that nice, big, huge gain? If I'm the OC, let's call that one again.
He just throws it away, and I think the flag's going to be coming in. There it is. This offense has a second down play. The give to the tailback. And the defense snows him under after a very short gain.
The big defensive tackles in the middle, they're not always the best pass rushers, but they are strong, and I say country strong. They put their hands on you, you feel it. They lock people out on the line of scrimmage. They create separation. They wrap running backs up, and usually...
And he pulls it in inside the 15-yard line. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end. And the Golden Eagles will snap it on 1st and 10. A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. They're about to snap it for the 7th time on this drive. They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. Unleashes to the end zone. And he's got it! Touchdown, Southern Miss! They'll try to tack one more on their score. Looking downfield. Oh, now the kicker's going to throw it. He gets it into the end zone, and he runs it in on the fake to take the lead. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He only needs a sliver of daylight. He just about popped that one for a long one, but as it is, he gives his team a lot of momentum with a solid return. East Carolina has it back, and the Purple Pirate offense will go to work. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Going to take a shot. And he's got it inside the 15-yard line. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, East Carolina.
No quarterbacks in...
The extra point is blocked. He picks it up. Remember, he can take it back. This offense prides itself on going after you, and they did with that long touchdown pass to finish off a 2-play drive. He'll call for the fair catch here. Southern Mississippi ready to send that offense back onto the field. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well. Palmer,
they get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
That defender is a matchup nightmare for any offensive lineman to block. He's got athleticism. He's got length. He's got flexibility. He put it all on display on that sack.
Didn't help themselves much on first down. Let's see what they've got on second down from the 20. Not much there. Picks up a couple to the 22.
Yeah, and the running back didn't get much here, but, you know, you clearly want to always establish the tempo, run the football, be consistent, make that defense physically meet the challenge.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Looking to pass. It's Rodemaker. Shoots it to the left. And that pass intercepted. Going the other way, and he's got room. And he's going to take it all the way. Touchdown, ECU.
I love this free safety and how he plays center field, but oftentimes he's able to bait QBs into bad decisions.
They fake it, and the kicker's looking to pass. He makes the grab in the end zone. They must have seen something on film as they turn the fake into the two-point conversion. They're about to kick it away, and the defense probably can't wait to get back out there after the pick six. Fielded in the end zone. It's Clark. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. Southern Mississippi has it back, and the Golden Eagle offense headed to the field. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do have it, so you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
To the ground with the back. And they try the middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge.
Well, they want to come out and try to get the run game established, but up front defensively, they made a play. They gave up nothing on that one.
Got to find some breathing room if you're going to establish yourself on the ground, and there wasn't any that time.
Yeah, Reese, I wonder now if this offense is maybe going to try to get to the perimeter of the field and see if they can use their speed to hurt this defense.
The Golden Eagles are in the hurry-up. On fourth down, they'll pass for it. Unloads it left. The completion well past the sticks. All kinds of running room. He's at the 10. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Southern Mississippi.
Well, the quarterback does a great job with his decision-making. He found the matchup he wanted, one-on-one. His tight end's able to stretch the field. He makes the catch, and he does the rest of the work himself, running it into the end zone.
And he made the extra point without problem. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And that is not the optimal solution there. The kickoff out of bounds, and the offense will have a little bit easier time of things. Looking for a productive play on first down. On the run, it's Harris. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7.
Nice run there on first down. You know, this is a running back that gets better as the game goes on. So they're going to want to make sure they keep feeding him the football, let him get lathered up.
Looking for a man. It's Hauser. He's right on target. Put it right on him. Sweet play. Good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down.
Well, it's a great design on offense on that pass play there. You see they clear out the middle of the field, and they leave a huge space wide open for the quarterback to attack. Nice timing on the throw.
It's 1st and 10 from the 44-yard line. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. Oh, what a cut! And they explode on that one, and they've got it down to the 22.
And busting big runs like this, we always talk about the running backs, but it's the big boys up front, paving their lanes, those receivers gluing on those DBs that make these plays really go for big yardage.
And how about those receivers? Not just the glamour of catching passes, but doing some dirty work, too.
No doubt. When they get on those guys in the second level and get on those DBs, that's when you break those big, long runs.
Southern Mississippi, 15.
Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. Here comes the option. And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, Purple Pirates.
And you see the option being such a pain in the behind of the best programs in college football. When you got quarterbacks that have those multiple options, they're making you play very disciplined, and the QB takes it himself, gets in for the score.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll bring it out. It's Clark. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. Southern Mississippi ready to send that offense back onto the field. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time. Can they back it up here?
Well, and it's amazing in a football game how sometimes they'll surprise you with what you do. Once you get settled and you realize what's going on, now I'm comfortable with it. Jesse, this offense looked comfortable on its last drive.
They sure did. It looked like they started to find some momentum. So now it's on this defense to stop that, all right? You're a little bit upset based on what just happened the previous drive. You've got to bow up again and go back to what was working earlier in this game.
He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
And that's just a great individual effort by the wide receiver. He catches this ball way short of the sticks, but because he's able to make the defender miss, now he's able to get the extra yards and turn that into an explosive play.
Dances away from the heat. He'll try to do it himself. At the 45, on his way. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
This guy just gives you nightmares. I mean, he's just got so much electricity. He just pulls it down and chews up yards like it's nothing. That's a quarterback. A quarterback doing that to your defense.
The run game just has not been working for this offense all game long. You saw it on that last play as well. Just not getting enough push up front on the offensive line. They haven't been physical.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Looking to throw, it's Rodemaker. Fires to the wideout. Pass on the way, it's picked off. Takes it the other way. The 40. He's at the 30. He's at the 10. And he will roll into the end zone. Touchdown, Pirates. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is good, and the lead moves to 20. They'll kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick 6. Fielded in the end zone, it's Clark. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Southern Mississippi has it back, and the Golden Eagle offense headed to the field. That last pick 6 after a drive like that, David, can swing the momentum of a game.
The defense is still celebrating. I mean, such a big play. I mean, they gave up some yards but did what they're supposed to do. Now, Jesse, this offense has to put a drive together.
Yeah, they have to recapture some momentum here. What they can't do is go 3 and out and give the ball right back.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. He's looking to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Makes the grab. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35.
When you're going to run a comeback route, you've got to sell like you're going deep, and that was a great job there by the receiver, really making that corner think he was running deep down the field. So he got the corner to turn his hips, turn his shoulders, and then the receiver was able to just pivot around and make it an easy passing catch.
Gives it to the back on the draw. And he could not get loose on the run.
Well, they try to go with draw, and they didn't catch the defense blitzing, so it wasn't a great look anyway. But up front, they just got beat regardless, and that back, David, had nowhere to go.
They had nowhere to go, but those offensive linemen, you got to set and you got to invite those defensive linemen up the field and kind of push them by. And you could tell they didn't do that. They didn't create any holes. There was really nowhere for him to go. You got to give him that first little hole, and maybe he can make a move. So the offensive line needs to do a better job. this is why everybody grows up and wants to be an offensive coordinator and not a defensive coordinator, because he can do that. He drops back. He's supposed to pass, but you know what? I'll just scramble around, and I'll just go get plenty of yards and pick him up and put him down, and I'm faster than most of you.
And the ball is out. Who's going to get it? Defense coming up with a huge fumble recovery. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
Offensive players, when they got the ball, man, they're trying to make plays, right? Trying to make you miss. There's nothing better than closing that gap and sticking that head right in that guy's chest and causing a fumble.
We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And these defensive tackles just eat people. They swallow human beings when you get near them. They're so big, so strong. When those guys, those running backs come in, they just need a mid. They put one mid on a running back, and he usually falls to the ground just because of their sheer mass and strength.
Throws to the back. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
Man, and that's a big missed opportunity for the running back. I'm trying to find ways to feature this guy and get him the football in space and not just hand it to him all the time. And tell you what, I'm a lot less likely to find those plays if he can't reel in those.
And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes.
We're only in the first half already. This guy's got 2 TD passes, so you can see the defensive coaching staff on the sideline telling this D-line, guys, we got to get after this guy. We have to affect his rhythm and not let him be so comfortable back there. Right there, they were able to get after him. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Southern Mississippi ready to send that offense back onto the field. They put it on the ground last time they had it. Got to take care of it this time, David.
And I think you've got to put in context. A lot of times fumbles are just luck. You just got to move on, give him the football again, Jesse, and not worry about it.
I think that's a good point there, David. Get him the ball again to help him play the next play and know that he's okay. Because when that guy's playing well, this offense is on fire.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. Hammers his way across the 10, picks up 4 to the 11. After the last run, would you just give it to him again on 3rd down? Looking downfield, it's Rodemaker. Throws to the wideout. Right on the money to the outside. He dragged the toe, and how about the ball placement? Only the receiver could get it.
Man, this offense, they needed that one in the worst way, right? They're getting blown out in this game so far, and as we get close to halftime, they've got to be able to put a good drive together. They've got to be able to come away with a touchdown here, close the gap a little bit going into the 2nd half.
And those physical runs take a toll. It might not be a big game now, but down the road, 3rd, 4th quarter, late in the ball games, they tend to turn into bigger runs.
Grab behind the line. It's Buckley. They get him down after he makes the catch.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
They're going to try to throw for it on 3rd down. He uncorks one deep. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
Perhaps emboldened by converting a 4th down earlier in the game, they'll try a 2nd time. Complete and looking for enough for the 1st down. Not much of a 4th down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing. An easy conversion for this offense.
Oh, and I love that play call on 4th down. You know, the entire defense was zoning in on that running back, thinking he was maybe going to get a handoff, but they're able to sneak and leak him out of the backfield. Behind the defense, he makes the catch and keeps the drive alive.
Finds a man by himself. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. And the Golden Eagles have it with a 1st and 10. Now from inside the red zone. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Yeah, and you don't see very many quarterback hits on screens. You know, the offense wants to bluff real quick and make it look like pass, and the quarterback's supposed to pop up, look like pass, and quickly get rid of it. You could tell timing all wrong. It was all jacked up, and that play went absolutely nowhere.
Back to pass. It's Rodemaker. Headed to the end zone. He'll be down at the 4-yard line after that terrific run.
When you have scrambling quarterbacks, you got to have a spot. You got to have somebody in the middle of the field. Everybody's playing coverage, but that guy's job is to focus on the quarterback and make sure he doesn't scramble and make big plays like this with his feet.
And here's the chance to cut into that lead before halftime. 1st and goal. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? He's looking to throw. They're bringing heat. And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line.
Great job by pass defense down here with their backs against the wall. They're doing a good job really constricting these windows for their quarterback to throw into and getting pressure on the QB, making them pay every time they drop the quarterback back to throw.
After this long of a drive, you have to cap it off with a touchdown, and here comes 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. And he is finding wide-open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Well, coming into this game, this offense knew that points were going to be at a premium. If you can't score touchdowns down here in the red zone, you at least got to come away with field goals, but you can't do that if you're throwing interceptions. That's just poor execution by the offense.
Quickly out to the tight end. And that had all the makings of bug meat windshield, but how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the 1st? After a good pickup on the run, it's 2nd down. Back to throw, it's Hauser. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
It's hard throwing in the pocket, man. You got bodies and 300-pound dudes falling all over the place. They're trying to hit you. That time, the pressure got to them, and it forced the incompletion.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. The sure hands, it's Smith. The offense calls timeout. It's the 2nd one they've used this half.
You've got to give the O-line a lot of credit there because it gave the receiver time to work all the way across the field on the drag route against zone coverage. Quarterback gets it to him. He's able to turn it up and get a 1st down.
Finds the tight end. Still running at the 40. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a 1st down for this offense.
This offense is clicking, everything working together really well. Coordinator, quarterback, offensive line. Good rhythm, good flow. Defense is going to have to find something to kind of mess up this timing they got going on.
Trying to burn this defensive back. And that pass is intercepted. He goes out of bounds, but he creates the turnover and a great opportunity for his offense. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. He'll take the deep shot. Another interception. That's his 4th of the day. He'll try to take it back. At the 20. Touchdown, East Carolina. And this defense coming up with points of their own. What an interception return. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. get that touchdown right before the half, build the momentum, and the last thing you need to do is mess it up by allowing a big kickoff return. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Wants to throw on first down. He hurls one deep down the left side. Incomplete. He took a shot on the final play of the quarter and couldn't quite find his man. So that'll do it here in the first half. Stay tuned. Halftime is coming.
Southern Mississippi, 15.
The kickoff team takes the field to boot this one away. Fair catch called for and made. Southern Mississippi has it back, and the Golden Eagle offense headed to the field. Huge deficit to start this third quarter. They just need to find something to build a little confidence.
Yeah, it hasn't gone well. When you're trailing by this.
And here's the 5th interception by this quarterback. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Now, teams that play cover one at an elite level have an elite guy in the middle of the field that he's playing zone, everybody else playing man, and he can cover so much ground. You watch him run, he breaks on the football when he needs to, goes and makes the big interception.
He'll let one go down the right side. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
Well, the quarterback knew where he wanted to go with the ball. His intended target just wasn't open, so the quarterback made sure he put that football in the stands.
That incompletion leads to 2nd down and 10. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain.
And sticking to the run. I'll tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football, you can tell.
They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
They thought they had a good plan, but it did not work. They'll throw it on first down. Looking to the big tight end. That is just a sideline credit. Throw, catch, toe drag, everything you want.
It's hard to run a route or get lost near the sidelines and understand exactly where you're at. Nice job understanding I was starting to get close to the sidelines, throttling down a little bit, catching the football and making sure I was in bounds.
He'll take a deep shot here. And he's got it inside the 25. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. That chunk play has them in business, set up with a first down in the red zone. Trying to cap this drive with a pass. Quickly complete. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play, in prime position for a score. The Golden Eagles moving quickly to the line. Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. Now on 2nd and goal. DB's right up on the receivers. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
The first thing you have to do to make these plays successful offensively is I have to block the edge. I got to get my speedster in space. They didn't do a good job of getting that guy out there in space where he could really use his jets. Nice job by the defense understanding.
Touchdown, Southern Miss. And they made it to the house when they found that 6 points waiting on them. And the extra point is good. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they closed the deal with the 7-yarder for the score.
42, Southern Mississippi, 22.
On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. East Carolina sending the offense back to work. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs. On first down, finding positive plays.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points. But they've had some success, and I like the aggressiveness. They just got to cash some of these drives in. And obviously this offense has had their way, getting the huge lead. And now, when you know it's a running situation later in the ball games, you're still getting pounded. This defense has to step up at some point and be a lot more physical.
D coordinators down the road that have to play this offense, man, they're going to have nightmares because this unit has so much speed and so much skill. At running back, receiver, tight end, the quarterback making good decisions, it is so tough trying to stop them and prevent explosive plays. You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep third downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on first down.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Back to throw, it's Hauser. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit. Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves him with a 3rd and 6. They want to throw it. Got it set up on the outside. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back. And the Pirates have their offense in high gear. Quick pass on the fly motion. Can anyone catch it? Touchdown ECU! And the beatdown has ensued. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Southern Mississippi, 22.
Not going to risk a return here. Catch. Southern Mississippi ready to send that offense back onto the field. The last time they had it, they took it down the field for a touchdown. They can build some confidence that they could go back-to-back scoring drives here.
Yeah, and remember, it's not uncommon for offenses to find themselves as the game goes on. They had some things not go their way early, but they found something last drive, David. Let's see if they can build on it.
Yeah, you just pick and pick and pick until you find that place where you're like, okay, this is an advantage I have. They've clearly found that dude. They score here, we're in for a ball game.
Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. They'll go with a direct snap. And they're able to get a third down stop here. See if they go for it on fourth. This offense is completely confident in their ability to get 1 yard. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Complete out of the backfield. He's stopped. Immediately, he didn't get much, but he didn't need much. They've got the first down.
That tells you a lot about their confidence in this quarterback. Fourth down early in the game on your own end, and you go for it. But when you make decisions and throws like that, it's easy to see why.
They'll leave it with him. Still on his feet at the 45. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on first down. And you want to create second and short, third and short, or just get first downs like that run right there.
And the Golden Eagles will have it 1st and 10. He's going up top. And that one's incomplete. Worth taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up.
This quarterback has been struggling to find a rhythm in this game so far. Didn't have a ton of success in the first half, so here he is trying to ignite the offense with a deep shot, but they're not able to come away with the completion.
They'll line up for a second down play. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48.
And listen, the quarterback drops back, and he's going through his progressions. We see zone, but just couldn't do anything about it. This defensive line, this pressure, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
7th play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Right down the middle. And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands.
Third and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, fourth down.
On fourth down, looking for the completion. Fires to the wideout. And that ball is picked off. Taking it the other way. He's at the 40. Running inside the 20. And with the interception, he'll take it all the way back. Touchdown, Purple Pirates.